Hi, Alyssa. Hi, everyone. Welcome. So, can we begin? It's all optional. With a little warm up, standing. Okay. If that doesn't work for you, fine. You can sit, of course. But let's stand for a moment and we're going to explore in, theory later. Let's just do it and then we'll give some names to it. So we'll stand for a moment and do just a brief check-in, see how's life on Earth in your being, your soma, welcoming yourself as you are. We may prefer to be this way or that way, but yeah, let's take a moment to be kind towards the spectrum of our entire experience, so we can let the attention gradually move into and join with breathing for a couple moments, sensing breath. I can feel my lips gently resting together. My teeth are apart, my lips are resting. You could try that. And the actual sensation of the breath as it flows into and out of the nose. And then we can have an awareness of the roof of the mouth, okay, the kind of like a cave, the dome of the mouth, even the dome of your skull in this space above. Maybe if you want, you could put one or both hands on the crown of the head. Feel the rounded quality of your head, and then let um, the dome kind of float up with your hand into space, awareness of up, okay? And then you can have an awareness of, let's say we go to the pelvic floor, your feet, and then the earth below. So up and down. And then we can let the space inside the mouth kind of grow vertically. Okay. And we explore a couple times with just sounding ah. Ah. So be aware of down as you chant ah again. Ah, and up and down. One more time. Ah, ah. Two more times now. Inhale, you could raise your arms. And as you lower your arms, we chant ah. Ah. You can breathe in through your nose. Beautiful. You could bend your knees. And now we explore. Actually, let's just try this. So if you reach to one side, so that away, okay, and then that away. What is that from? A cartoon? He went that away. And both aways. So you feel what's called the horizontal dimension. Okay, so, and then you could just gently brush the corners of your mouth and a sense of this widening, like a smile. And we explore the sound of E. And maybe we try this with the arms wide, sounding E. E. A couple more times, be aware of the sound going out wide. E. And then once without the arms. E. maybe bend your knees a little bit. And then finally to explore, so forward, in front of you, reach forward, and then backward or behind, safely in your shoulders. Then you could explore reaching forward and backwards at the same time. Okay? So we're often very aware of forward, right? I meet people, I read, all this stuff, and there's a whole world behind us. Okay? Part of our cathedral that can help us sound, and the sound can support us. So if we explore now, in your mouth, ooh. Okay, so you let your lips gently reach, maybe you slightly exaggerate the shape of ooh. Ooh, ooh. And then you imagine that you have lips also doing that shape backwards. Ooh, ooh. So if we chant or sound ooh, being aware of the backspace, we could say. Okay, now try it with your arms forward. Ooh. Not up, but forward. Forward, yeah. Ooh. Okay, now reaching backwards, sounding in the back of your skull. Ooh, one more time. Okay, beautiful. Rest your arms. Perhaps you like to bend your knees. Now pause for a moment. You could lower your focus, or if you're comfortable, close your eyes for a moment. Awareness of up and down together, side to side at the same time, forward and back, in all 6 directions simultaneously, radiating away from and back towards your center. And we chant the sound of Om 3 times. Om. Om. Beautiful. Good. All right, friends, let's come back to sitting. So traditionally, Vedic chant is done sitting, but it's also applied in movement, right? What I find, I'll send you a video later of one of my cherished teachers, and with a version of what we just explored. And the sound isn't great, but it's very simple and not so simple. Bonnie Bainbridge Cohen, ladies and gentlemen. So what's interesting to me is that, so what we explored, you know the names and we can learn them over time, is 2 directions make a dimension, okay? So for example, we started with up and down. So 1 direction up, 1 direction down, 2 directions makes a dimension, what's called the vertical dimension. Okay, and then we did side to side, 2 directions making the horizontal dimension, and then forward and back, 2 directions making the dimension, the sagittal dimensions. If any of you took anatomy with me, this is something we started with, right? And then, we won't go there today, but then you put 2 dimensions together and it makes a plane. There are 3 planes of action, and that's what we do when we bend forward and back, is 1 side to side and twisting, okay? So it doesn't matter if you understand all those words, but that we can relate in movement and awareness and sound to these dimensions, especially because we're so forward oriented. We can get support from what people call the back body or the back space. And there's a whole, if you think of, like wooden instruments, it's the wood resonates, but it's also the space inside that makes sound possible. Sound travels through space. This is basic Sankhya philosophy. The first element to evolve from Purusha is space. Okay, and sound travels through space. We perceive sound through our ears, and we make sound primarily through our voice, vache or vacha. Okay, so and you often see many people they sing or chant, and there's a strain forward, right, etc. So a little bit, and what I found interesting is that the vowels that she's associating with these three dimensions are the first three in this iteration of the Sanskrit alphabet: A, E, U. So that's interesting. And here we have a short sound and a long sound in terms of time, not pronunciation. So it goes short, long, short, long, short, long. We'll leave the R's off for now. So listen or repeat, please. If you can, and I know you can, Mr. Rogers teaches Vedic chant. Awareness of up and down. I don't know about you. That'd be interesting to ask. Do you tend to be more aware of up or down? I would say I tend to be more, yeah, anyway, interesting. So listen, repeat, listen, repeat. Ah, 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 ah. Beautiful. Now this sort of smile, not just in our mouth, but our ears, our shoulders, our hips. You can reach your arms wide if you want to. E, 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 e. Really kind of exaggerate a little bit. E, 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 e. Good. And then awareness of behind or back and forward. Ooh. Ooh, feel the back of your beautiful cavernous mouth and throat. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, and we'll pause there, but as we can continue, this following sounds develop out of these and in combination of these. Okay, beautiful. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's. So, interestingly, that order A, E, U, and then is, remember we've done the Surya Bija mantras, the sounds of the sun, yeah, and they're in this same order, right? So there's it's interesting development here. Okay, share screen. So we're gonna listen and feel the sounds, awareness of space. It's all not meant to be complicated, but supportive. We're gonna look at this first bunch here, the Ram. So what we're missing is the H sound. So sometimes these sounds can be taught, and this, if you want to teach something simpler to people, you could just start with A, I, U, and then you could do Im, Okay, we'll skip that step and we'll add the R. The R will give it energy, Brahmana feeling. It's more Surya, it's more strong and heating, stimulating. So let's do this. We'll read each line, listen and read. So listen once, and then we'll do it together, and then we'll do the following line. See how it goes, okay? Enjoy. Ram, Rim, Rum. Ram, Rim, Rum. Listen, second line. Ram, Rim, Rum, Rim, Ram. Ram, Rim, Rum, Rim, Ram. Third line, listen. Ram, Rim, Rum, Rim, Ram. Ram, Rim, Rum, Rim, Ram. Fourth line, listen and repeat. Ram, Rim, Rum, Rum, Rim, Ram. Ram, Rim, Rum, Rum, Rim, Ram. Last line. Ram, Rim, Rum. Ram, Rim, Rum. Now do that last line 3 more times. Gonna average volume, softer and softer together. Ram, Rim, Rum. Ram, Rim, Rum. Ram, Rim, Rum. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, so, and the rest is just kind of variations on that, really, when you think of it. So let's do a couple of invocations. We'll start with Sahana Vavatu today. We'll chant through it. So may we be protected together. May we enjoy our studies together. May we work together vigorously. May our study be illuminating, tejas, and free from discord. Peace to all beings in all realms. Okay, here we go. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahabiryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidveshamahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's do this last line together 2 more times. And let's highlight or focus upon the silence, which is part of Om that occurs after when the lips come together for the M. So for a moment, it's like a bell ringing and the bell is silence. Okay? 2 times together. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then, isn't that lovely? If you feel overstimulated by chanting sometimes, you can simplify and then pay attention to the silence. Like in painting, they talk about the, what is that? The negative space. It's sort of like that, right? So, and one last word about, well, last word for now, maybe, Om. So this was something that was pointed out to me. Sometimes I would do something like Om. Can you hear the m? So not m. So the lips are together and the sound stops, as opposed to m, opening the lips. So it's Om. Try that a couple times. Om. Om. Okay, excellent. Then, last invocation, we honor. So Sahana Vavatu is from I can't recall. It's in a few Vedic chants. This is a more modern composition honoring TKV Desikachar. Okay. Again, we'll just chant through this. There might be other times where we'll break it down. So if you're just learning it, listen and/or try reading, hum along. This is the beautiful melody from the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So we'll start there. And then we go to the higher note. Sheshyakam Krishna Maryasya Nathavam Shapradipakam Kalyana Gunarupam Tam Shri Deshikam Namamyaham Prashanta Purushakaram Niyoga Pracharakam Vishesha Vaidikam Suryam Tandeshikam Smaramyaham Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Okay. How about if we do this, friends? This last, I don't know if this is the right word, but this tag, right? So Shri Guru Bhyo. I don't know what Bhyo means, but Guru means teacher, one who points the way. It's one translation, one who shows the way. It's not one who does it for you. you know, Shri is auspicious or revered. So Namaha, respect for the revered teachers who have come before us, like TKV Desikachar. It also implies the inner teacher. It also implies your fellow students who also are your teachers. It also implies the teaching that is absorbed over time. Okay, all those layers and levels. Harihi Om. We'll do that also. So if you'd like, listen and repeat and listen and repeat. Shri Guru Bhyo. Shri Guru Bhyo. Okay, listen, we'll do that and we'll add the Namaha. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Listen. Harihi Om. Harihi Om. And again, the H with the dot, the Visarga, means that you repeat the vowel before. So because it's a E, you repeat it after the H. Harihi. Let's do both lines. Listen once, and then we'll repeat 2 more times. Listen, we all do it together the second time. Third time, please do it on your own. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Together. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Now you. Now just pause in the silence. Okay. Thank you for taking that journey. Any questions at this juncture or comments? So it's interesting again. So one of the maps of vinyasa krama, of sequencing or course planning, is a more general one that talks about preparation, kind of the main heart of a practice, and then the denouement, the compensation. I don't know if I'll remember the Sanskrit right now, but the Purvanga is a preparatory limb. Purva, before, right? So the preparation for traditional chanting is this: we set the right attitude, like, okay, let's work together well, and honor the lineage, the people who gave us these practices. So it sets an inner tone, this inner bhavana and attitude. Um, so beautiful. Okay, so please now, if you have your sheets printed out, brava, but please don't look at them right now. So just listen and repeat, okay? So no, I'm not going to look either. No visual, little chunks of sound, okay? Okay. Yoma, 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 Yoma. Please listen. Dadatisa, 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 Dadatisa. Nice. Listen. Ideva ma. Ideva ma. Ideva ma. Ideva ma. Sorry, I had looked. Okay. Vaha. 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 Okay, good. Let's say that's a good chunk. So that unusual low note, not never heard before, but less comments. It's not an official note. Okay, where is this? Oh, maybe I didn't pull this up. Okay, if you have it printed out, you can look at the main chant we're doing. This is our new line. Now run to the chanting closet here and pull this out. The ever-growing archives here. Okay. Nice. So we have, no, we don't want that. Okay. So let's look at, this is the line that we just did. Yo ma, let's just speak it. Yo ma, listen. Dadati sa. Dadati sa. Ideva ma. Ideva ma. Vaha. Vaha. Okay? The three, so A with the line over it is usually 2 counts. The 3 there is to say it's special, do it longer. And then it's like it's slowing down and stretching. Va. So I would put here a mark va. I would do a right angle down here if you can see what my cursor is doing. So that mark va, and then you go back to the low note ha. And then here, one more phrasing note, different ways you could mark it. What I'm doing now is I would put a little dash between the a of sa and before the e. A little dash, that means because there's a word that's ending in a vowel and starting in a vowel, we break the sound for a moment. There's a moment of silence. Da da ti sa e de, like that. So let's try this in some slightly bigger chunks. Listen, repeat, repeat. Okay. Yo ma da da ti sa. Yo ma da da ti sa. Yo ma da da ti sa. Ideva ma. Ideva ma. Ideva ma. Okay, listen. Ma va. Ma va. Ma va. In time. So again, we want to break here. So you could a little breath could come in here after the sa. Could be through the mouth, or there's also a way to kind of, it's not sucking the air in, but a little relaxed nose sniff. Da da ti sa I de, like that. You can explore this. So let's do 2 phrases. Yo ma da da ti sa. Listen, repeat, and then ide ba ma ba ha. So each one listen and repeat. Yo ma da da ti sa. Yo ma da da ti sa. Ide va ma va ha. Ide va ma va ha. Okay. All right. Take a break. I need to take a sip of water. Okay, friends, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you needing? What are you interested in? What repels you? What attracts you? Any questions about that? Which you like, you buy? Okay. Yeah, let's just pause for a moment here. And we'll keep chanting in a moment. I just want to double check. And we'll just drop in a little bit of Artha Bhava as the Yoga Sutra advises us to chant mantra with a sense of the meaning and the feeling, and that kind of the meaning, feeling, artha bhavanam, right? And it doesn't have to be like I know word for word, right? So we may have a summary of a sense of what I'm chanting. But yeah, let me see. Yoma dadati sapurvam. Okay. Oh yeah, last week. I am the center of immortality prior to the gods. Okay. Whoever gives me, he surely does save thus. Honestly, I have no idea what that means. um, I think that's a translation here. He devama. Well, deva is the gods, right? So this may be prior to the gods. Yeah, the whole protect saves. Yeah, it's very cryptic, but that's okay. I like the sounds anyway. The next line that we may learn today or next week is I am the food that eats him who eats food. So I am the eater of the one who eats food. So this is like we are the eaters of food, right? The ones who have physical bodies. In order for our annamaya, for our physical body to live on earth, we have to eat food. We have to eat living things in order to be alive. In fact, someone once said, things have to die for us to continue to live. That's maybe why sacrifice was so honored in so many times, right? Like an animal has to die or a plant has to die, right? The things that are not obviously alive, like rocks and these things, we have some minerals, but we can't live on those. So what is I am the eater of the one who eats food. Anyone have any thoughts about that? No takers. Basically, he's saying this is Brahma. Okay, I am basically saying I am God, right? But it's not above and below. It's above and below, within and without. God with. Speaking of the season, maybe in another tradition, perhaps a liberal interpretation, Emmanuel, God with us. God is us. Toys are us. We are God. God is us. In us, right? Not a chasm between. I think that's one of the main messages here. Okay, so friends, let's do a little review. Give me some. It was really helpful to hear what people's ideas. Is there a particular way of chanting? We'll chant on mute for now, but is there a particular structure like listen, repeat, or listen once? We all do it together the second time, and the third time you do it by yourself. Which of those two? The second version, who would vote for the first way, which is 4 times, or the second way, which is 3 times, and then by yourself the third time? Vote one or two. Okay, sorry. I think it's still a residue of whatever I have. It comes up when I chant. I'm hoping it's a cleansing process. We've got the humidifiers running here night and day. Okay, so let's do the second version. They're both great. I'm going to pull up. Hopefully, this sound comes through okay. You can let me know. A little bit of um, Tanpur. We'll start with Om. Om. Etatsamakayan aste. Together. Om. Etatsamakayan aste. Havu, havu, havu. Havu, havu, havu. Ahamannam, ahamannam, ahamannam. Ahamannam, ahamannam, ahamannam. Good. So remember, the third time you're doing it. Okay. So fourth line, listen together, and then you do it. Ahamannado, amannado, amannada. Ahamannado, amannado, amannada. Now you. Ahagashloka kridahagashloka kridahagashloka krita. Ahagashloka kridahagashloka kridahagashloka krita. Ahamasmi prathamaja ritasya. Ahamasmi prathamaja ritasya. Now you. Purvam devebhyo amritasya nabhayi. Purvam devebhyo amritasya nabhayi. Yo ma dadati sa ideva bhava. Yo ma dadati sa ideva bhava. Wonderful. How wonderful. Havu. Wow. There's this really, really deep note on this item 4, if you can hear it. Okay, friends. So let's pause a moment. I'd like to hear just from each of you where you're at. Just something about uh, how this is affecting you, where you're at in your learning, whatever. Okay. I mean, I won't compel you to speak. You won't be thrown out. But yeah, unmute and just share a little bit, please.
Well, I'll share that I feel much more open-minded now, and like it's much more fluid for me than maybe the first or second time that we did it, where I was stuck with Hagga, Shloka, Krita, whatever. Now I'm past that, so I feel good about
Yeah, just the sound, right?
it. Now I think it's really fun. Whole chant is fun. I really like it, Kevin. Thank you.
It's a big breath cultivator and challenge too. So, who else?
I have really enjoyed the fact that now I understand what all the marks mean by all of the letters, because that's something I did not know before this class. So that's been super helpful. I feel much more confident, but I'm really sorry that I missed the 2 weeks where we did those two really long lines. Because
Right,
I could definitely use a little more love and attention on those.
right, right. Yeah, yeah, and that's okay, and that's good. And they really are long, and that's kind of why this is, um, a beloved but sort of awesome, section of the chant. So yeah, it's
Yes, it's really fun. And so but the beautiful thing is there are the recordings.
oh
So
good.
I
Yeah,
can keep practicing. I really like that.
good, Alyssa. I'm glad you could make it and the forces aligned for you to be here. Um, yeah, and so you're the marks of like the notes, right? So up, the upper note is the vertical, the lower is the horizontal, and then some of the markings of the special letters and what's short and long. Um, yeah, and it takes a while to absorb that for sure. And there's I still make notes like when anyway, different examples. So especially if there's a whole long phrase that just okay, I'm gonna write, even though I know that the M with the dot becomes an N sound before a D, but the phrase is like this long, I'm just gonna write a little N above because, etc. Thank you, good. Who else?
I am really enjoying this chant and finding it very challenging. And like Alyssa said, those long lines, I love almost kind of the rhythmic drive of those lines. They just keep moving, 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 um, and there's not other chants that I know that have that kind of rhythmicity to them. So. Um, or percussiveness to them. So,
Yeah, long and smooth, and then kind of like a locomotor.
yeah, like the agashloka krida agash. I love that. It's like chug 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 chug.
Yeah, like so krudda and krita is from the root kr, like karma, to make or to do, right? So I am the maker of the shloka. I am the one who wrote the chant, and I am also the chanter. But yeah, then those sounds when they are put together, are beautiful. It's sort of a little bit. It has a few more words than, but it's sort of like, well, the Hallelujah chorus. They keep saying Hallelujah, 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 which is a very interesting word. The la 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 is, there have been scholars and chanters who talk about the effect of the tongue on the palate and the brain and all this. It's very interesting, but. There are other words in the Hallelujah chorus, right? But some words just repeated over again. And so this is, just trying to express the wonder of I finally realized who I am, what or who I am. So, Joyce, anything to share?
Well, no, not really. I mean, it's challenging and I'm just enjoying the process. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. And, think of, so we land on this and we go away, work on other things and come back, or we stick with it for a while, right? And then when we chant other things, you come back to this. Some of it may have fallen away, but anything you work on, practice in chanting will support every other chant. So it's a body of work. So beautiful. What do we just do? Do we do listen? Oh, yeah, we just did that. It takes a while to walk through that, doesn't it? How about if we do this? Wherever you're at with this is perfect in your evolution. We're going to chant through the what we've done. We'll just not listen and repeat, just chant it together and or listen or do the parts you know. And then I'll keep chanting. And if you want to read and try it with me or listen to see what makes sense for you. And then depending on the time, we have like 6 minutes. We might just go into repeating ha, vu, ha, vu, ha, vu. You don't have to be exactly together. You can, so I think that's a good chunk. So thank you. It's just nice to hear your voices, I feel like I'm in a recording studio and by myself. Nice to hear your voices too. Okay, so, and this is why, again, I was trying not to be too much of I was trying to nudge you a little bit to print it out and have your pencil and make those marks, because if I didn't have these marks, I mean, I don't know if you can see mine, but now I need them less and less. But if I didn't have these marks, I couldn't have learned this. Okay, so if you're just looking at what's on the screen now with no marks, that's going to be harder. Okay, so if you need to review that, like Alyssa said, you can go back and look at portions of the recordings. Here we go. Good. Let's just do it a cappella. Starting with Om. Om. Etat samakayam aste. Havu, havu, havu. Ahamanna, bahamanna, bahamannam. Ahamanna, dohamanna, dohamanna. Ahagshloka kridahagshloka kridahagshloka krita. Ahamasmi prathamaja rtasya. Purvam devebhyo amritasya bhai. Yo madadati sa ideva mavaha. Ahamannamannamadanthamadmi. Aham vishvam bhuvanamabhyabhavam. Suvarna jyoti. Ya evam veda ityopanishat. You see, we're coming in for a landing here. it gets easier. So, it Upanishad, it's saying, thus says the Upanishads. It is said in the Upanishads. And the Ya Evam Veda, some of you may recognize that from Mantra Pushpam, right? And my teacher said that there's Ya Evam Veda, and then there's Ya Evam Veda. So it's the same words, but a different svara, a different notation. And one is saying, it's something like, that's, I don't know if I can remember. One was a declaration that you will know this, and one was a declaration that you do know this. Oh yeah, so here, he who knows this, all the things that have been chanted before, he who knows this also attains the results that are mentioned. So he or she who knows that the Atma is Brahma will awaken. So Veda, knowledge. That might be the one to chant here at the end. Let's do this. So, and we can do this with a little, medium and then a little bit of gusto. We'll do it 6 times. So that, that like, ya, you go ya. And then there's a space, right? Because end and a vowel start in a vowel. Ya. Evam Veda. So vam, ve. So let yourself really make those sounds. So we'll do it 6 times, 3 times, 2 times medium, 2 times strong, 2 times medium. Ya evam Veda. Ya evam Veda. Even a little stronger twice. Ya evam Veda. Ya evam Veda. Ya evam Veda. Ya evam Veda. Good. Very
So
dramatic.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Can you just say again, I kind of got lost in what you were saying about
Yes.
the Ya Evam
What
Veda.
does it mean?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to just look here for a minute at another one. Oh, this is, yeah. Well, okay, so at the end of this chant, these last lines, I have overcome the whole world. I am brilliant like the sun.
Mm.
He who knows this. It just says, he who knows this. Such is the secret doctrine, it says. So here they translate it, he who knows this. Veda, right? Knowledge. But inner knowledge, not information. He who has realized that the inner and the outer are the same. That all these layers of the Panchamaya are important, but the body changes in the breath, right? There's something that doesn't change, and that's who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. He who knows this will spontaneously chant Havu, 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 or something like that. Hallelujah. It's interesting. Ha and hallelujah, the strong sound, right? kind of engages the belly. But that this translation, it just sounded so beautiful to me. I am brilliant like the sun.
Yeah.
That's the Suvarna Jyotihi. That what is that? The fourth from the bottom line. Thank you for this question. Let's just take a quick peek there. The Suvarna Jyoti Suva, like Om Bhur Bhuva Suvaha, which is part of some versions of the Gayatri. So it's relating to the sun, the light of the sun. I am brilliant like the sun. Thank you to S. Radhakrishnan. So, all right, friends, thank you so much. I know this is a stretch, but you're up for it and you're down for it. And let me know if you need something. You help guide the ship. Okay, so thank you so much. Hi to Era and hopefully Alexis out there listening.
Yeah.
And all the best.
Yeah. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.